the screen. Anyway, maybe it was a speaker thing, or they said maybe they weren't hearing any audio or something.
756.
Ask them if they can hear it now.
Well, I'm asking, but nobody's coming back. 75. What was the call? What was the Bozo number? 75 what?
It's up and running.
56 Kilo Juliet 6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo.
Okay, KJ6 KFB. Somebody broke in and said it's up and running now. I guess that was Dane.
QSL.
Okay, very good. KJ6 KFB. 756. Go ahead, make a transmission, Darren.
Solid S9, where you're pointed right now, you probably work all the stack with it there. I don't think you need to turn much.
Well, I burned it right at Oakley, Vacaville area. But the band is really lively tonight, and we are getting some reflection paths that work very well tonight. But good to hear you, Darren.
And let's see, you should have John and Bill out here momentarily. KJ6, KFB, I'll let you kick it on forward.
Okay, we got John in here a long time ago. He checked in when I was pointed toward Monterey, of all things. So it's been really a good night from propagation standpoint. Okay, Darren, thank you. Hang on a second. Let me get one more in here. I did hear Ken, N6 Radio Oakley. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Go ahead, Ken.
K6MYC, N6RO. I'm on the low antenna right now, but I'm going to go to the high antenna because I was hearing most of the Bay Area signals, particularly Jim, PQL, and KW6S. And Russ, I could tell his rotator was wrong because he was 10 over 9 here, which is normal when he points this way. Anyway, interesting weekend here. Glad to hear that Steve is alive and well. I had misplaced the telephone number that I think was working when I tried it once. I got an answering service. Anyway, other interesting things. We had a power failure at my internet provider. The UPS has kept the internet going so that my operator doing an HF contest was able to make it through the end. But then the internet went off because PG&E had gone through their PSP routine and just turned the power off. Screw the customer. Whoops, I'm getting off. Anyway, tried to troubleshoot the 222. I think it's a problem in the transverter, or maybe a setting in the K3. Going to get my chief engineer to look at that. I looked for you in the VHF contest, but no dice. I wouldn't even call it a contest. It was pretty poor. I had 6 contacts. The only Bozo guy that I worked was Paul, WIS. I got 5 of my contacts in the first hour, and Paul about 6 hours later. So it was interesting. Maybe next time you can do your usual Saturday night routine and stir up some activity in that contest. Anyway, I'm hoping to get 222 going so I can do the 222 and up contest in 2 weeks. I have many other subjects, but that's enough for now. N6RO.
Okay, very good on all your progress and issues. Well, I didn't get on the contest. We had a jumbled up weekend here. Frank was down here, and we had all kinds of problems that were not internet related terribly, but software related. We've got a new controller in here, the new not a controller, inverter I'm looking for, the new inverter, and it's got different software than the old one. So we're a little bit tangled up on that, and we got to call them on Monday and see if we can get that sorted out, because it's very complex now. They've made many more features. They got so many features now, it's so confusing that even Frank got jumbled up on the thing. And he knows the thing as well as anybody, I think. But anyway, it's just it's jumbled up, and it won't go from PG&E to batteries. We can't get it to switch back to batteries, so we've been running on PG&E all weekend. Batteries are charged, everything's ready to go, but it won't switch over. So just stupid little things. It's a software change in the latest controller that is doing it to us. Ken, nothing terribly to worry about. We'll have it sorted out very shortly. But it's hard to do that on the weekend when your source isn't at work. Over.
Hey, Mike.
All right. Well, PG&E to me is a bad basket of worms. There's one good thing. The noise to the northeast subsided today on 10 meters, and so Dave, who's doing the NHUP contest, HF, was able to work about 50 stations on 10 meters in about 17 states. And that put him in number 2 position nationally in his category. Anyway, about the networks, when the Biden announcement came out, all the networks switched to cover that. And they took out my sports network on CBS, and I hope they replay it later. Anyway, no more gripes. N6RO.
Yeah, it was news, but it wasn't big enough news, I don't think, for taking out and changing all the programming. We kind of assumed that something was going to happen there, but it wasn't something that we were holding our breath for. Anyway, okay. Well, I'm glad you got through, and wonderful on the performance of your operator there, second in the country. Wonderful, considering all the internet problems and so on. No, we don't have anything with PG&E. In fact, PG&E has kept me alive this weekend. The batteries are alive also in the system, so the system's charging up nicely, and everything's fine. We just can't get it to switch back to the batteries. And Frank had a comment. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, yeah, and I think the biggest part of the problem I'm going to find is one thing I didn't do. We got to remember that me and that guy was working on the old unit, and he just updated to the latest firmware. And when I got hooking the new unit up, I never considered it. But as I spent 6 hours yesterday and today. Anyways, I spent a whole bunch of time in here on the computer studying the manuals on that thing, and I never updated the firmware on the new one when I took it out of the box, and I have no idea how old it is. And if it has 2 different versions, they're just going to confuse each other, and I think that's what I've got going on. Because while everything's working a little bit, nothing's really working the way it should. And I have the process now of how to go through it step by step, and I also have it figured out how I am going to, basically when I get there in the morning, I am going to put the house on PG&E all by itself so I can turn those inverters off and on and do anything I want to them, and while I get the programming all to match and talk to each other properly. And I believe I've got the steps worked out, as well as I'll have those guys available to get on the phone with them. Over.
Yeah, sounds good. There you go. That's sort of a little extended evaluation of what's going on, Ken. Over.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, Frank. My solar project is sort of on hold. I'm monitoring what's going on down at Mike's, and I'll make a move when I'm comfortable with it all. Anyway, PG&E, I'm really down on their exorbitant rates, and their executives are getting their bonuses, but the customers are getting screwed. N6RO.
Hello there, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah, did you get the message to Ken about Steve?
Yeah, I did. Good to know. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I was out of the building for a few minutes, so I missed it. Anyway, good evening to you. I'm glad we were able to get a hold of him, and I chatted with him for about a half an hour, so we went over a lot of stuff. WA60IB.
Yeah, I predict he'll be back on the air. Once you get the bug, you can't get rid of it forever.
Well, we hope sooner than later.
Okay.
Ken, thank you very much for the update, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. If you get the 222 working, as you say, it's probably nothing serious. The transverters are very seldom fail. It's a matter of a hookup of the K2 maybe or something that's doing it to you. I'm sure you'll find it. Whether you find it tomorrow in time or not is immaterial. We'll certainly see you on 6, of course. 73N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Anything else from you, Ken?
No, I'm going to ask the engineer that installed the transverter to VNC into the K3 and see if there's a setting in that's causing the problem.
Yeah, I think it's probably something like that, and that's kind of what we're experiencing with this solar system. Different versions of software, and you don't know which one's running, and they got to be compatible. We got 2 kp, 18 kV, or 18 converters now, or inverters, and the old one had different software than the new one, and so on and so forth. So a lot of different factors going on. Frank's attempting to get a handle on it, and must be close, but we'll be interested in talking to the factory first thing in the morning and see if we can't resolve anything that's still floating. Understand about your conversion tomorrow to straight PG&E. We're that way now, but I think the system is still hooked to it, Ken. Frank, as you know, you hooked it up. We'll get it, and it's good to go through these things because it just makes Frank stronger in the whole area of helping people. Rob wants to do the same thing, and he's anxious to see how our whole system is put together and so on. So a lot of people are hanging fire on this, and we're kind of telling the people at Signature Solar that we're working with a lot of people, and they all are going to have similar problems that I have. Both of you have at least one, maybe 2 air conditioning units in the house, and that's what was causing the blinking of our system. With one controller, it wasn't enough to take the starting current of the compressor in the second air conditioning unit. 7-3, we'll talk to you tomorrow. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Well, most of the technology is over my head. That's why I have a team of engineers. I hope to be on 222, but I'll be on 6 for sure, N6RO.
Here, 7-3, Ken. You got a little stronger when you went to the high antenna, too, over.
Well, I'm on the low antenna now.
Okay, well, I think you switched to the high for a second, didn't you?
Now I'm on the high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm on the low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I can't hear the difference, and maybe there's a difference on the meter, but I can't see it here.
Well, the high is not pointed at you. It's on the Bay Area.
Yeah, well, that may make a difference, but they sound exactly the same. I couldn't tell if you did it over.
Yeah, okay. Well, having the 2 antennas with an instant switch, I can now hear the Bay Area guys, and I can hear both stations as you rotate through your 270-degree arc. So I'll be pointing into Sacramento shortly.
Yeah, very good. We're going that way now. All right, anybody else? Well, I pointed just where I am right now toward Oakley, K6MYC.
Hey, comment, Mike.
776.
Okay, I hear you, Bill. Hang on a second, Bill. Who had comment?
It's W6BBS. Can you hear me okay right now?
Yeah.
Okay. The one other thing we got going on is that old controller just might be fluky, and no matter what I do. So when I start doing this tomorrow, I'm going to complete one unit, go through its programming, everything, and run it for a while by itself, and then pair them up. So I'm going to find out if it's the other unit causing it or what it is. Over.
Yeah, no, I know we still have an older unit that has at least one failure in it, or well, we think it does, but maybe not. Maybe it was just a software lack that it wasn't reporting when it was having failures. Anyway, I'm sure you'll sort that out tomorrow, Frank. Got it, over.
Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't mention to you the other day, but that second one after he did the update, it's reporting at least some errors now, so that's at least a step in the right direction. Anyways, we'll work on it in the morning, and I'll catch you later. W6BBS.
Roger, Frank. Okay, Sacramento and Bill, KO6KD, without moving the antenna, good and strong, KO6KD 776. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, well, that sounds like something went, because you were nice and loud all the while you were chatting. You were coming in just beautifully, 10 over 9, and now it seems to have dropped off. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Just check me in. It's been, oh boy, this has sure been an awful hard day, and we got several more. So I won't belabor the fact. I'll just simply say good evening to you and to the net. Anybody who's listening out there, and I'll say 73 KO6KD.
Okay, very good, Bill. We'll talk to you in the morning, hopefully. I've got a couple of questions, and hopefully it won't be too intrusive for you, and it'll get my head tangled around your situation a little bit better. I have a couple of questions related to your mother's estate and so on, and it won't be personal. And if you don't want to answer them, you don't have to. I'm just trying to get it straight in my head. And we'll talk about it in the morning. 7-3, Bill, thanks for checking in, and you sound good no matter where I point. I swung all the way from Oakley up to directly on you, and very little difference now. Over.
Yeah, it's the band, I guess. All of a sudden it's gone away because you're really getting hard to hear. So I'm sure you're not hearing me very well. I'll get out of the way so you can catch the other guys before you lose the band. Good evening, good night, and I'll catch you in the morning. KO6KD.
Okay, no, we didn't hear any difference in your signal. In fact, your signal came up when I came up this way. You were starting to go fading on me when I was down at N6RO direction. That's 300. Now I'm at 331. I did go a little past you because I'm setting up to go to Reading, but it didn't hear any change all the way from 300 to 331. So go figure.
Yep, you've come up now, so, all right, there's other people checking in. Good evening, Dan. I'm getting out of the way. KO6KD.
Yeah, who are you hearing? I'm not hearing anybody trying to check in. Who else?
And 6RZJ, Bozo 939.
Okay, good evening, Dan. And we missed you last week on a couple of nets, but I know you have your intermittent busy schedule there. N6 Radios, Zanzibar, Japan, 6939. Take one, and then we'll look for Reading, K6MYC.
Yeah, I think you were louder earlier. I agree with Bill, but you're still S9 plus, so sounding good. Yeah, I'm very busy, and I'm leaving the last part of this week for Oklahoma City to go out and watch my granddaughter compete in her horse stuff. So I won't be here for the rest of the week. Well, I'll be here tomorrow night. We'll try 1296, but I just got in tonight, so I'm glad you're running a little bit late here tonight. Anyway, all is well, and so I'll just turn it back to you, Mike and Judy there, and 6RZJ.
Okay.
AJ6QF.
Okay, who was the other one?
AJ6QF.
Good evening, George. AJ6 Queen Lima. Let's see if I can get this number right this time. 1083, is that it? No, 1013.
Very close. 1031. Over.
I'm getting closer. I got the 3 and the 1 reversed in my brain here. 1031. Boy, I don't know why I have so much trouble with that one. 1031. AJ6 Queen Lima. Good evening, George. How are you doing?
Oh, fine, thank you. It's kind of hot here, but I don't mind. And no, it's a pleasant day. And there's a lot of fading on the signal right now, but you're still good 5-7. Over.
Yeah, I'm noticing the fading. It wasn't fading earlier, but as we get to this time of night, the band starts to change, and the inversion goes away and stuff like that. So where we had no QSB earlier, it's now signals are fading rather dramatically. So we just have to live with that. And maybe I could speed things up a little bit. But I was a little late getting in here because I fell asleep in front of the TV and I went 10 minutes into net time. Over.
Yeah, that happens. We're all entitled to that. We're all retired and entitled to that. No problem at all. But I won't hold you up because I think you still have to do Reading and Nevada. Over.
Yeah, Reading and Nevada and a light check for mist and stuff. Okay, thanks, George. Great to hear you, as always. AJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC clear and standing by for Reading, KD6 Sugar Whiskey. How about it, Rich?
November 7, Whiskey Tango.
And Foothill guys are very loud at N6RO.
And 410.
Okay, we got everybody but who I called. N7WT, I might as well get you in here. You've been missing all week. November 7, Whiskey Tango, and I'm pointed towards Sacramento. Go figure, K6MYC. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, you're down now, but you're 5 and 9, Mike. K6MYC, N7WT. You might have gapped that one all week. What's going on with politics?
stand by a second, Larry. It was intermittent with QSB, and we'll be up your way in a minute. Let me get Redding and a couple of the others taken care of here. We'll be up your way in about 5 minutes or less. Hang in there. Hang in, Larry. We got you signed in any case there. Okay, KW6T, Kilo Whiskey 6 Tango, K6MYC. Good evening, Russ. Number 410. Take it.
Yeah, hey, Mike, good evening. Yeah, won't hold it up. Anyway, just wanted to get on the list and say hello to the folks that can hear, and we'll send it back to you, Mike. K6MYC, KW6T.
Yeah, good, loud and clear signal. You're booming in here from Latrobe, Russ. Good to see you. And thanks for coming in. And two nets in a row now. I don't know. You're not mad at me. You're mad at your net, at your paperwork, are you? Judy's struggling here. She must have written something down wrong. Anyway, we'll get it sorted out. Thank you, Russ. Great to hear you. Booming signal. Okay, now let's see. Redding. We'll try Redding again. KD6SW, Kilo Delta 6 Sugar Whiskey, or KO6HS, either one. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, over.
KD6SW, number 145, over.
Roger, we got you. Not real strong, but readable, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, number 145, good. And hang in there a second. Let's see if we can copy Jerry while the band is up. Go ahead, Jerry.
Roger, KO6H230-230 on the air. Over.
Okay, good copy on you. Also, KO6HS, KO6HS 230. And that's Jerry, of course, and they're both from Redding. Good deal. Good copy on both of you, except for some noise, and it's not your fault, but I've still got I'm on the edge of this noise source, my solar noise source that's been troubling me, and it's acting up intermittently tonight. Sometimes it's perfect copy. Sometimes I just have to assume you're in there. That's how bad it is. Take a transmission, Jerry, and then if you want, you can shoot it up to Rich. KO6HS, K6MYC at 104 today.
Sure, we're at 106. Peaked out at 106. Warm day. Yeah, I've been hearing lots of stations tonight, more than I've ever heard before, so dropping off is very strange. But your signal, it's up and down, just very, very variable, I guess, up and down. But we'll keep it short, and let's take a transmission. Over.
Yeah, good. I think you said 108 up there in Redding today. That would be typical, I think, for the Upper Valley at this time of the year. Pretty good copy. I've got intermittent noise bursts, so I was running the blanker, but we got 99% of it. Jerry, thanks much. Up to you, Rich, and you wrap it up. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, and then we'll look for you tomorrow night on 6 meters, K6MYC. Over.
Typical, nice, beautiful day. 7-3, KD6 sopping wet.
Okay, KD6 sopping wet. Just got the tail end of it. Took me the whole transmission to get the noise and the signal level up to a level I could read, and then you went away. So I missed it all, damn it. But we'll make up for it sometime. At least we have signals that's better than it's been over the last couple of months. It was sometimes we couldn't even tell you guys were in there. Thanks, guys, for being reliable check-ins from Charlie, November 80 there. Good evening to you. KO6HS, KD6SW, K6MYC, clear and looking still towards Sacramento. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? Over. Okay, looks like we got everybody. Let me get up toward Nevada now. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know if this is any better or not. Let's try for Richard. KD6BQ, KD6 Bravo Queen, 249. Are you there? How about you, Larry? N7 Whiskey Tango. Was Richard in here earlier? not hearing anybody. How about you, Daniel? KE7UQL, K6MYC. Confirm that my antenna's still up there.
It is 272 KE7UQL. I have you, Mike. Over.
Okay, good copy on you. I don't know what happened to Larry. Did you hear Richard in here earlier? I could swear I heard his CW, but there was so many check-inners tonight, I couldn't ever get a read on his CW. Did you hear Richard? Over.
Roger. He is here. Over.
Okay. Very good. KE7UQL 272. Very good, Daniel. Good to hear you. And of course, we'll look for you tomorrow night on 222. Hopefully.
Number.
272? Whose number? Daniel's 272.
Okay, QSL. See you tomorrow. KE7UQL 73.
73, Daniel. Thanks for the update. Okay, Richard, KD6BQ, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, here in Nevada. Yeah, we missed your first swinging up here because Larry and I were talking on 220 FM, and you were down a little bit there. Over.
Yeah, no, I haven't been up toward you yet. It's just that the propagation is really funny tonight, and I worked Larry when I was pointed towards Sacramento. So, first time I've gotten in your direction. You're booming loud now. So you didn't miss me. I'm just running a little bit late here. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, well, you're good and loud here too right now. So anyway, Larry's still in there if you want to catch him before bedtime there. We'll just pass it back over to you and let you see if you can get Larry. K6MYC, KD6BQ.
Okay, over to you, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. If you're still there now, maybe I'm pointed your way. It should be up now. K6MYC. Go ahead, Larry.
Actually, you're down right now. When you were talking to Richard a few minutes ago, you were up 5 and 9, but it's very rapid QSP. You'll pick up at 5 and 9 and then drop right back down into the noise. I don't know if you're hearing me or now. Not now, Mike. I can hear you, but you're way down. N7WT.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're Q5, but you've got the real bad motor flutter on you. And you were much stronger earlier. So it's just the band. As the band is settling down or changing at this time of night, it's a little too late. We probably missed the best time, which was about an hour ago. It was really smooth and very strong signals from everywhere. Anyway, good to hear you, Larry. Are we going to be able to hear you tomorrow night on 222? Over.
Yeah, I should be able to hear it. I just get on the radio for the last 7 days. I've been just playing with listening to the politics. Anyway, we'll let you go. See you on 220 and 7WT 73.
Okay, thank you. Good copy that time. So we got all three boys. Let's see if by any chance Stan is in here. K7SUN. I'm going to move the antenna a little bit more your way, Stan. K7SUN. K7SUN. K6MYC.
By the way, you peaked 5 and 9 in that last transmission.
Yeah. Now you're up too, and I'm pointed way off of you now. Okay, nothing heard from Stan, and I guess we're not going to hear much from KB6 India X-Ray, or KG6IX, your buddy there. He's gotten off onto HF, and that's the end of him, huh? Okay. Let's go back to the Bay Area and see if we got a few more in there.
Hey, Mike, you're back up 5 and 9 again. K6IX, he's got other interests. I don't think you're going to hear him too much on here. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Understand.
Yeah, he's radio, teletype, and digital. His thing as he likes to do. 7-3 and 7WT.
Thank you for the update, Larry. And 7WT, we'll look for you guys tomorrow night on 222 at 6 meters. K6MYC. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Richard. Good night, Larry.
7-3.
Did. Okay, back to Bay Area. Okay, I hope I can hear anybody. Late checks and missed in the Bay Area for the 2-meter Bozo Net from Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, Central California near Fresno. Did we try Porterville, Rob?
Check in,
Sure, it sounds good to me. I'll go down there.
Hang on, somebody just came in late. Who was it? Who was the guy that just called in?
So it's Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India 1090 for an additional comment.
Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, Mike, I forgot to tell you that I did turn the beam, obviously, because it's working better. And I got up on the roof and turned it to 15 degrees, and it seems to make a huge difference.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. You're very steady now and quite a bit better than normal, or last few times anyway, so you're better tonight, over.
Okay, great, Mike. I'm going to take the dog for a walk. And 73, K6MYC, maybe 679.
Roger, 73. Maybe we'll see you on 6 tomorrow night, Gary, 73.
Yeah, 73. We'll give it a try.
Okay, give him a call, Rob.
Okay, I'll go down there. Was Gary, did we get him earlier, WB6WNI?
I got him. He's 101090.
Okay, yeah, I got him earlier. All right, heading down to Porterville. KE6BK, Eddie, on tonight for 2-meter Bozo Net. KE6BK, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, over. Boy, I got a lot of noise down there. KE6BK, you on tonight for 2-meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by.
Well, I don't hear him. Let me give him one quick call. KE6BK or any other late checks or missed into the Northern California 2-meter Bozo Net. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie with KM6SRR and others listening, over.
Yeah, 803, a late check-in from Course Gold.
Okay, we'll take you down. KM6HK 803. Good evening. How are you doing up there?
Oh, good evening. I got a bunch of different irons on the fire, or on the pots on the stove or something, but we're doing.
Okay, well, hang in there, and nice to have you check in here. I mentioned you to Dane. I said we only hear you about once a week, and lo and behold, there you are. I think we got everybody from Course Gold tonight except for Dr. Dan, over.
Oh, well, that's good. That's what we want. What does that mean, 6, 7 stations?
Well, it would be Rob, KM6SRR, WB6JNP, KM6HK, W6BBS, KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, and K6BBG. Quite a slew.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, everybody was in, and that's good. The only one we haven't heard forever lately is KJ6 or KD6 OJD, old Jewish doctor, Dr. Dan.
Yeah, right. Well, being a doctor, I'm sure he's talk about a guy with irons in the fire.
Okay, very good, Dan. Nice to hear you. Thanks very much for the quick chat here, and we'll look for you on subsequent evenings here. KM6HK, K6MYC, clear, and anybody else for the net before we pull a cork on this baby. And I apologize again to everybody for being a little late here. K6MYC Bozo Net. I don't hear anybody, Rob. I think we're done.
Yep, I'd say we're done as can be done with the way the weather is, over.
Well, we're not cooking here. The air conditioning has been pumping nice, cool air the whole time, and I think Judy's pretty comfortable. We've got the air conditioning set up kind of neat. It's behind us both, and it's shooting between us And right in front of it, about 5 feet away, is the 2-meter amplifier. So it's getting nice cold air right on a 2-meter amp. You notice I haven't dropped out here.
Yep, you got it all figured out. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm 85 here in the shack right now. You know, this is upstairs in the loft where our upstairs air conditionings are gone.
Yeah, I got a temperature gauge in here somewhere. I can't remember where it is now. It's hiding somewhere over there, maybe. There's one over there. Don't worry about it. It's a digital readout. It may not even be plugged in at the moment. Anyway, thank you, Rob, and thank you, Frank, and we'll see you, Frank, in the morning, and Rob, maybe we'll see you through the day if you get a chance to come by. Check with Frank to make sure he's still here when you swing by, Rob. He may just run a half a day, but based on the way it's been going, he's going to be on the phone for a couple of hours and then doing things for another couple, and then eating lunch and taking breaks for another couple, as he always says. Over.
Roger. Yeah, we talked about it. I'm going to be there first thing in the morning because I have they're going to operate and take off that cancer stuff on my wrist about 1 o'clock. And so I got to leave there and get back here, shower up, and be down there early for fill out all their paperwork, garbage, and stuff like that. How many did you get tonight? Over.
41.
Huh, I'm off by 2. I got 39.
She said she may be off. She may have logged a couple twice. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, we talked to a few guys in a couple different places. Gary and Steve, I think, were second talker tours. Over.
Yeah, that sometimes happens. Anyway, it's if you got your numbers are correct, it doesn't hurt to have a few extra in the log, even if they're in there twice, huh? 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow. KM6SR, W6BBS, and anybody else, K6MYC.
Yeah, when I sorted them out, Mike, the duplicates show up real easy there. So that's why I sorted them, put them in order when I submit them to that Bozo IO log. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night to Judy and you, KA6MYC, KM6SR, and good night to Frank. See you tomorrow, W6BBS.
Frank's already gone. Kit's probably going in there where it's a little cooler, but not much. 7-3.
No, I just got back. Jen needed some help with something, and but I can't shut down until you guys do because I'm running the stream. So, okay, good night, guys. Thanks for doing the net. W6BBS shutting the stream down.
7-3.